What is up, everybody? Doing another video, standing in front of the camera in my garage, but this time the audio should be a little bit better because I'm using Jake's Rode VideoMic Go because he doesn't have a camera to put it on yet because he was supposed to buy one from Craigslist and it's fallen through, but whatever. I was gonna do a video working on the Honda today, but Ross is still sick and I had to go shovel snow off roofs for $40 an hour. Jake did it with me, so that was cool. But I figured I'd make a video going a little more in depth into the kind of conversation I had in the last video, is how to buy cars for really cheap, because people seem to be interested in it. People ask me all the time where I find the cars I buy as cheap as I get them. I don't know what people think. I have like this secret plethora of really cheap cars. But first, I'd like to say you should definitely subscribe to Jake's channel, because he's at what, 898 or something like that?
Something like that.
Only 100 more subscribers till he hits 1,000 and has to buy me an Audi A4. So go subscribe to his channel. He's got a Dodge Caliber SRT4 if you aren't familiar. We just got it running properly again, and it's got unbuffler delete, so it sounds cool as hell. Anyway, let's get into it. The very first car I purchased for like dirt cheap that I had for my YouTube channel was my first Honda Accord. I bought it for $240. And then I bought a Subaru Legacy station wagon for $360. I bought this Accord for $350. I bought my first Volvo for $500, and then my big turbo Volvo for $400. It did have the big turbo on it, but it wasn't running. But we're gonna kind of steer away from that particular car in this instance and use it under the assumption that you're looking for a running car. But my number one rule when it comes to buying cars on Craigslist is never, ever, ever pay what they're asking for it. Even if it's a car that's worth $3 grand more than they're asking for it, and you're prepared to pay that $3 grand under price, don't do it. Go there and offer them $500 less, because that's how haggling works. No one puts anything on Craigslist and genuinely expects it to sell for what they have it listed for, and if they do, they're stupid.
Brush your teeth.
Alright, rule number 2 to buying cheap cars: always have cash with you. Go look at the car. Don't send them a message and be like, hey, I see you're asking $700, will you take $300 for it? Go to them, because 9 times out of 10, you walk up to a person with cash and they'll be ready to take way, way less than they're asking for it, just because they want to get rid of it. And they could have another person on the line going, hey, I've got $400 for you if this person's got $300, and you can go, well, you know what, I've got $300 with me right now, and then a lot of times it'll work out for you. Just like I said, the Honda, the first one that I bought for $240, the guy was asking $500 for it. I walked up and I was like, I have $200. And he's like, well, if I wait a little bit longer, I can probably get $350 out of it. And I was like,
but that may be a week, 2 weeks,
exactly,
or even a month, you know?
And it was beat. But he was like, well, I was like, what about $220? And he's like, how about $240? Well, he said $250, and I was like, how about $240? Because ATM only gives out 20s. And he's like, alright, deal. And we shook on it, and then I was like, I wasn't lying to you though. I seriously only brought $200, so I had to go to an ATM, get $40 out so I could pay for the car. Be a stingy dick about it. And rule number 3 for me for buying cheap cars on Craigslist is have in mind a price you're willing to pay for it, and if it goes a dime above it, walk away. Just walk away. It's not worth your time if you have your set budget and you have an amount of money you want to spend. And granted, it's going to be different if it's a car you want really, really bad and you've been looking for one for a long time. But just a Honda Accord, if someone tells you no to $350 like I paid for this one, walk away, because there's going to be another one for $350 in a week. There's a million of them.
But there's only 5,000 Dodge Calibers.
No, there's only 5,000 SRT4 Dodge Calibers.
There's only 5,000 Dodge Caliber SRT4s.
Don't pay more than you're willing to pay for it. Rule number 4 kind of goes back to the haggling idea, but people are like, oh, I'm not good at haggling, or I'm scared to insult people. Like, people are dicks. You're gonna have to just get used to that. And if you're buying a car and you want a car for dirt cheap, it doesn't matter what they're asking for it. They know they're gonna get offers, and if someone gets pissed off about it, who gives a shit, right? You just walk away and wait for the next one. I went to look at a Mark III Volkswagen Jetta GLX with the VR6 in it. And I took it for a test drive, and I noticed while I was on the test drive that the windows, the driver and passenger front windows and the sunroof were held closed with silicone, and the whole cab started to smell like gas. That's how I discovered the windows don't work, because I was trying to get the gas smell out of the car and I couldn't because the windows didn't go down. That was pretty sweet.
That sounds like fun.
It's a real nice feature. Dude was asking like $2,100, which is absolutely absurd in the first place for a Mark III. I was like, I'll give you $800, and he like at me and then just took the keys and went inside and closed the door. And if someone is watching this and you bought that car for anything more than $800, I'm sorry, but you fucked up, because that car was not worth anywhere near it. And like I said, wait it out, because Mark IIIs are everywhere too. A week later, I bought one with a VR6 for $800. The only problem was misfiring. It had a dent in the fender.
Don't like pull out a huge wad of cash, you know, because then people know you have that much money. Like, pull out as much, like the lowest you're gonna offer.
Oh, true. That's a good point, actually. I do that shit all the time. Like, I'll go see a car that's listed for $600 or whatever, and I'll be like, I'd pay $500 for that, but I'm not gonna let them know. So I'll show you. I'll keep my cash, like $300 of it in the top of my wallet, like normal, and then I'll tuck the rest like into one of these little side pockets. So
yeah. So don't pull out a big fat, you know.
Oh wow, we got money over here, huh?
Don't pull out all your money and be like, oh well, I have like this right here.
Exactly. Just be like, here's part of this money I have in my hand, and I'll give you all of it for your car. You want it to look like the money you brought is your hard number, and that's what you will pay. Because if they agree to your hard number and you pull out more money, they're gonna be like, well, I mean, I could probably get more for it if they're dicks. If you shake on it and people are like that, they're dicks anyway. Give them the money, punch them in the face, and drive the car away. But
because honestly, if somebody did that to me, like pulled out this much money and only offered me this much money, I'd be like, you guys are idiots, and just walk away. And at that point, they may or may not be like, all right, well, maybe this much more, you know?
Exactly.
But,
spell them wrong when you search it.
yeah.
Because like people mistype shit, and then people looking for Volkswagens, not Volkswagens, will find Volkswagens, but not this car that this idiot can't spell. Both of my stupid Craigslist car ads videos, I've listed people who had their Hondas listed as Handas, and there's like Volkswagen and like,
or just VW.
or yeah, spell it like Volkswagen but with ON on the end instead of EN. Like, that's kind of a good technique for finding a cheap car, but
well, that, and like somebody may not put like the full name of the car. They may put just GTI or the entire Volkswagen GTI, and if you put that other word in there that they don't have in their post, it may not show up.
yeah. We appreciate you guys watching this video very much. Let me know what you think of the sound quality with this mic in the comments. I plan on getting one as well fairly soon. So make sure you're subscribed. Give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to submit your entry for your car of the video, christopherriverhelp@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and add me on Snapchat and Twitter at BigB1011. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Peace.
Peace.